Bum, ba-da-dum, ba-dum.
Hey, let's talk about something.
You want to talk about my favorite Star Wars movie?
Okay.
So, in between episodes 3 and 4, there's this really cool war movie, pretty much, that every now and then they bog down with some Star Wars in it, but for the most part, it's just a cool war movie.
Oh, Rogue One?
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
Do you want to talk about the new Star Wars movie?
Yeah.
Alright. What do you think?
I think there are some things it did right, and some things it did bad.
Hey, for the record, y'all, we're going to be talking spoilers about the new Star Wars. I don't feel like dealing around with non-spoiler territory.
Yeah, I like it when Darth Maul comes back.
So, well, you did spoil a different Star Wars movie.
Heyo. No, I'm still talking about my favorite one.
Alright. Oh, cool.
Oh, wait, no, that's Solo, isn't it?
Alright, so here we go. Spoilers coming in 3, 2, 1.
She's a Palpatine?
Okay, I gotta get some things off my chest first, right? So, I've spent a lot of time being young on the internet and yelling at things and saying things that are terrible, and I feel like I have done a disservice to the world where I have accidentally taken something that people have liked before and pooped on it so much they couldn't enjoy the thing they liked. I don't want to be like that.
I do.
So, what I will want to say is, if you like this newest Star Wars movie, Episode 9, and you don't like hearing negative talk about it, you can not listen to anything I have to say.
Feel free to hit the dislike button and talk about how you want us to kill ourselves in the comments down below.
Because here's the thing, I watched the movie with someone, and before I gave any impressions, I waited. And the person I was with was like, "Oh, I thought it was pretty good." And I said, "All right, then I'm not going to talk about it that much."
Yeah, so here's the thing.
Same thing. So okay,
I liked it. Like, I like it.
Okay.
It's not a bad movie by any means. I don't know if I'd want to watch it, like, a bunch again. It was fine.
Okay.
It wasn't a bad movie.
Is it leaking or something? Is there, like, something falling from the ceiling? Am I going crazy?
Yeah, dog.
Okay, sorry.
It's somebody trying to, see, what's happening is right now, I am force communicating with Danny, and she's outside in the rain, so you can see the effects of it.
Did you leave her at the apartment, or is she really outside in the rain?
No, she's at the apartment.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so here's the thing. So that's the first time I had to talk about it. Second time we had to talk about it was Christmas dinner with y'all. You and your fam. Your new fiance fam. Oh, that's terrible.
Nope, got it in one.
And she seemed offended by the fact that we didn't love it.
Yeah.
And I tried to talk about it, like, nicely, and she was still mad at us. Yeah. I don't know what you did to tick her off so badly.
Well, I talked about the problems I had with it, like, right after the movie.
Okay.
Because I usually do. See, here's the thing. I've always seen movies with you, and that's what you do. Talk about what you like and what you didn't. Because that's the thing. Is Danny only gets upset, like, she'll be like, well, you didn't like that about it. I was like, yeah, but the movie's fine. Like, there were things I liked about it.
I've encountered multiple people who are just like, well, if you hate it, then you're a hater, and, like, they didn't want to, like, discuss it all with me, and that's fine. I guess if you like the movie, I don't want to make you not like the movie.
Yeah.
But I also haven't had any chance to vent my thoughts on this movie. I think it's terrible, dude.
I don't think it's terrible. It's fine.
I think it's quite bad.
It's fine.
I think it is so quite bad, and I haven't been able to get this off my chest. I think it's not very good at all. The pacing is so broken that there's no character. There is so much assumed character moments between every... Listen, regardless of your thoughts of the last movie, this movie tried its freaking hardest with the credit crawl forward to say, this is just a whole different thing. And then J.J. Abrams tried to fit in 2 movies into one at least.
I've gone on record as saying most of my problems with this movie I think could have been fixed by them giving Rian Johnson, I don't know, the script. Be like, hey, so, hey, Ryan, just so you know, this is where the character started. You saw the first movie. This is where they're going to end up in this movie. So even if we're not telling you exactly what to use in your thing, make it make sense for them to get from here to here. Because unarguably, The Last Jedi does feel like a different thing than the 2 J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
So, like, I think a lot of it is like, yeah, J.J. was like, well, here's the ending I have. How do I get them there? And there was a lot of, like, very rushed stuff. There was like, character development that was, like, sometimes implied. You never really saw any of it.
It was almost entirely implied.
That, like, was really bizarre to see. Because, like, you had a whole movie before this that could have had a lot of those character moments, which I think would have helped this movie exponentially.
Absolutely. And, like, okay, so I'm going to bring my own perspective. I know this is on me, right? Sometimes I like movies that have subtlety and like to, like, let some things ruminate in your mind, right? So at the beginning of this movie, when freaking Emo Ren decides to go with the Force map,
Yeah,
that just the whole like contrived thing with the Force map, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna give this a shot, dude, because I would love to see some Emo Ren running through this planet trying to figure out what's going on, like trying to solve like some mysteries. And then, like, it's just like, here's the plot. And everything is so in your face, and there's literally no subtlety. And I was like, I just want to watch a slow Star Wars movie. I want to watch a slow one where they actually let characters talk to each other, and stories develop, and, like, plot things don't just happen to move the story at another faster pace. Dude, there's so many times when characters... I cannot believe that when I watched this movie with Drewby, he didn't know I was not gonna, like, I didn't let off my hate super much, but there were multiple times in the movie where something would happen, I'd be like, oh.
And the thing is a lot of the slowing down that did happen in the movie, I didn't care about.
I don't feel like it ever slowed down.
The moment that Poe shares with that chick, I didn't care.
What chick?
Yes,
because I felt like it was, yes. Nothing in this movie is given any time.
Well, yeah, because, like, the thing is like, hey, teaser, like, if you have 3 full movies, use all 3 full movies.
It was not. It was, and it was like, it wasn't just that it was the rush, right? There were other things I hated too. The beginning, the first moment that I immediately got ripped out of the movie, the first one, was when they go to the planet to look for the map thing, Rey and the boys. And they get there, and she's doing her little, let me be friendly with the natives thing, which is cool. Like, it gives her a slight character moment, which we've not seen out of Rey much. I'm sorry for Rey lovers. But we got a little bit of a character moment there. And then some TIE fighters show up, because they find out that they're getting chased by the bad, what are they called? Not the Empire.
The First Order.
The First Order. The Last Order? Dude, come on. Salty. Anyway, so they find out the TIE fighters are there, right? So what do?
This Order 67?
Yeah. Do you know what they do? They get on speeders.
And drive away.
Do you know what the TIE fighters should have just done?
Shot them.
Shot the speeders, dude! There were TIE fighters overhead, they go on speeders. I don't know if you've ever played Battlefront or any Star Wars video game ever. TIE fighters beat speeders so bad. They're so much faster. They have way bigger guns. And then the TIE fighters are gone.
Also, how are you planning on, like, this, how do you plan on shooting a TIE fighter with, like, a regular handheld blaster? That's not gonna work.
Well, she cuts the wing off.
Yeah, with a lightsaber it works, but if you're flying
up... Why didn't Kylo shoot her?
Well, he didn't want to kill her.
Okay, how did Chewie live?
He was in a different ship.
Yeah, what ship? There's only one.
No, there's a different one, though.
But what the one ship they showed us, and they showed him put it in, and they showed it fly away? Where did the other one go?
It was around back. But they had to get gas.
It was so dumb!
They were getting gas, dude.
Dude, it was so dumb. Like, I was
they were like, oh crap, we gotta run by the come and go real quick.
I legitimately was like, oh, they killed Chewie in such a weird moment. He shows up in the next scene.
Well, Danny was mad about it, and I was like,
showed up in the next scene.
I was like, this move, they're not gonna do that. If Chewie dies in this movie, they're gonna give him a moment.
That was so dumb. Okay.
However, hear me out. One of the best shots in the whole movie. I like fantasy much more than I like sci-fi. The moment right before Chewie gets captured, when you get that cool fly-in shot of all of the Knights of Ren holding their battle axes in their Organization 13 hoodies.
Yeah.
Was dope as heck.
They definitely did a real anime moment.
I was like, dude, that's fantasy as crap.
I kind of hoped they were, going to use it.
Yeah, it would have been cool.
Actually use that cool...
I kept thinking, I was like, oh, when are we going to see them, like, fight and do cool stuff?
There were multiple times when I was watching this movie where I said, hey, the Clone Wars series they would make after this movie, where they actually use all this cool stuff they kind of tease, would be sweet.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure Rebels is much cooler now.
Oh, my word, dude. Okay, second...
Well, just like the prequels. Did you watch Clone Wars after the prequels?
I watched the Clone Wars before the 3.
Oh, the one they make after that, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I've heard it was really good.
Yeah, it retroactively makes there be character development
Yeah,
and stuff.
it almost like it uses time to tell character stories and make you know.
Yeah, it's
names.
wild.
So what about the part where Chewie gets captured? Dude, I wish we had footage that way we could reanalyze the fact that he just literally walks out of the place where everybody else is, gets captured, no one notices, loaded into a ship that's somehow not the only ship you see.
Well, the thing is like, he's a giant Wookiee that's known for being loud. Why didn't we hear like a, oh, I need help, or like anything?
None of it, dude.
Another thing that felt weird to me was, can you explain to me why it felt so easy for them to fly up board a Star Destroyer? What are they called? The big
Star
ships.
Destroyers.
Star Destroyer. Walk in, find the prisoner, and almost get out in like 4 minutes? And it seemed easy.
Because everything in this movie had no concept of time.
That made me actively mad. When they gave us at the beginning of this movie, they gave us a 16-hour window that all of this takes place in. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't take any time to do anything.
What about, what did you think about C-3PO not being able to translate the Sith language?
I was like, okay, whatever.
I face-palmed in the theater.
I said, whatever. And then in my head, I was like, they'll just like do a manual override. It's a computer. It was like, plug in another droid to him, plug BB-8 into him and get it happening. And then they were like, nope, we have to go to this special... I was like, what?
I straight face-palmed, dude, in the theater. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is the worst excuse they could have for... I wanted to call this movie Rise of the Side Quests or something, because it just... There was an Ewok. That was good.
There's Ewok, which was good.
I liked it as a troll, because I know people hate Ewoks.
There were, like, cool things that I think... Like, let's talk about, like, things that you liked about it. Did you like anything about it?
There were some cool CGIs.
There's cool CGIs. They let Finn just not be a hindrance on the team.
You said that, dude. What did he do? He didn't do anything, though.
Yeah, he did. Oh, no, he actually managed to kill people.
He didn't screw anything up, that's
He
for
managed
sure.
to kill people with a blaster. He managed to, like, lead a team and, like, do stuff. He was helpful on the Star Destroyer.
He did the one thing where they shot the... By the way...
Like, he led that team and, like, that kind of stuff.
Wouldn't it be cool if, like, your giant, massive spaceship could just be completely nullified by being near it? Sorry, I thought that was a weird plot. The plot hole there. Well, we can blow up planets, but if you get close, we shut off.
We just turn up.
I'm sorry.
Darn.
Oh.
Darns. Like, but like, I mean, yeah, so like, Finn did stuff. He wasn't a hindrance on the story. He seemed like a productive member of the team.
I just would have loved for them to give him some more real time.
Yeah.
Instead of half of his time being a relationship that doesn't go anywhere.
That was one thing I also found weird. Was the fact that it didn't go anywhere.
This is the same people that brought us the freaking Avengers. Go watch our Avengers spoiler cast, dude.
And we talk about how good it is.
And I talk about how much I love how they tie everything together. And instead, this is the opposite, where they just like, instead of tying anything together,
they just made new
the
stuff.
only things they tie together are the things that happened in the 70s.
I liked this scene. The lightsaber handoff was good.
That was the best part of the movie.
Was really good.
Because it was really good, but also the fact, why did he kill him? Why did they... First of all...
Hey, why did Leia die?
First of all, okay, I was going to say that too. Why did Leia die? Rip freaking Carrie Fisher. What the frick happened in that scene, dude?
I don't...
Somebody texted me during the movie, when they saw it, not when I saw it, and said, are you supposed to be laughing when Leia dies?
Who was it?
Mac. And I was like, dude, I don't know what she did. She didn't do anything. She died for nothing. She didn't even make a cool hologram like her brother.
She died doing nothing for no one.
Another cool moment would have been the moment with the voices of all the Jedi's past. That was a cool moment. Immediately followed by the most Kingdom Hearts ending I've ever seen in something ever, where Kingdom Hearts is light and Rey and Kylo bounce back lasers at the bad guy and he dies.
Yeah, it
and
felt remember that scene in Kingdom Hearts 2 when there's like the cool QuickTime event and it zooms out and you watch Sora and Riku block all the lasers together? It felt like the
Yes.
ending was that. That was the ending to
Wouldn't it have been really cool if at the beginning or after like the middle part of Kingdom Hearts, after Riku turns good, he dies, and then the rest of the series didn't have Riku, the most interesting character in your entire series?
the best and most interesting screwboy around.
Yeah, what if we killed Kylo Ren in this movie, and then the most interesting character the new prequels brought us is gone forever?
Yeah, I mean, no, I'll get a flashback TV show on Disney Plus.
What a stupid decision. I don't want them to kill
Or-
Rey either. I wanted them to keep them both alive.
I think it would be cool.
To put them in good movies.
I think it'd be cool also if we saw some Force ghosts of all the voices.
Yeah, that was like definitely a huge missed opportunity.
And like
They showed Force Ghost in the movie. They showed Force Ghost in the last movie.
Another cool thing about the voices though, they used a lot of extended universe stuff, which was cool.
Sure.
You got people from like video games. You got people from the cartoons.
Sure.
Which was neat. Like I heard Ahsoka's voice and I was like, dope. I like her. Every season after the first one.
This is unrelated. They just canonized the Old Republic video games.
Oh yeah, because
those just became real canon. They weren't before. Well, they were, and then they weren't, and now they are again.
But they were.
Yeah.
Well, it was a legend that people confirmed.
Yeah.
They're like, confirmed.
I feel a little better now. What about you?
You
want to talk about some more?
We'll wrap it up in a second, but I heard somebody talk about how they could have made this movie infinitely better. Or this round of movies infinitely better. And it goes back to you saying it's the same people who made Marvel.
Oh, is this me? Is this my idea that you're going to say?
It might have been. If it is, I heard somebody else say it too.
Can I say my idea?
Yeah.
My idea is they should have done exactly what they did with Marvel, which is when Disney bought the franchise, they should have said, none of this is canon, and then taken all of the books, the extended canon, and said, we're going to use the best parts of these and just make it kind of work in a movie and make it less nerdy and make it work for a mainstream audience and clean it up the exact way they did with the comics, and then they just make 7, 8, and 9 be those stories.
Yeah, and we're like even more.
That would have been amazing. That's exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, take all of the stuff that everybody loved, distill it down to where you get rid of the little bits and parts that people didn't like, and also make it appropriate for everybody, and then go, here.
They can still do that, and I've heard people say that's what they might do now.
But like, why did they do it to lead? Why did they lead with that?
I don't know, dude.
Are you supposed to keep this sticker on your computer?
No. What if you want to? Well, rip. Literally. Alright, I feel better. If you love Star Wars below, I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry for my feelings.
If you love Star Wars, probably just go watch Solo a few more times.
Maybe the fact is I've never liked Star Wars. I just liked what I thought Star Wars was in my head. Have you ever had that feeling? I have that feeling every time I watch a new Star Wars movie.
As a kid, I do remember, even as a kid, I remember seeing Star Wars and getting inspired and using my imagination to like make my own extended universe fiction of Star Wars, like in my imagination. That was always way cooler to me. The things I thought of were always way cooler to me than any of the movies.
So I loved watching Star Wars as a kid because, yeah, exactly. Me and you then would go be like, oh, we love Star Wars. Let's make up some Star Wars stories. And then we just, make up a whole new campaign of Star Wars to ourselves, or we play the Star Wars video games and do the same thing.
Yeah, and it was always cool.
And now I'm using, like, the awesomeness that we developed for Star Wars, and I go back and watch those movies and be like, I don't know if I actually ever liked what they thought Star Wars was, just what I thought it was.
Also, I'm in the minority that think that if you live in a world post-inspiration of 4, 5, and 6, they're not as influential and amazing movies as people act like they are anymore.
Well, I've said that on podcasts before.
Okay.
People got mad at me.
Like, that's my thing. It's like, yeah, I like Star Wars, but, like, living in a world post-Star Wars where, it did do a lot for, like, blockbuster movies and all that kind of stuff. Like, it did that.
Oh, its influence is ridiculous.
Yes. However, living in a world post its influence, those movies aren't anything that's, like, people have taken what it did for them and ran so much further with it.
I've tried
to tell... you can respect that idea and what it did, but be like, but it itself isn't...
I've tried to tell people...
This is great because of what it did, not because of what it is.
Yes, I've tried to tell people that if you're a 20-year-old who's seen lots of modern movies, and then you go watch Star Wars for the first time, it's going to be meh.
It's fine.
It's not bad. It's going to be fine. It's not going to be that good. It's going to be good.
Actually...
a solid 3 to 4 stars.
It will be worse because people freaking... you could only get the not weirded versions out illegally.
Yeah.
The not bad versions.
Thank you for watching this video. Do you have any last thoughts?
Um,
I feel better now that I've said my truth.
you should watch the Clone Wars TV show because it's really good.
I
So
heard
the Clone Wars TV show is objectively the best fix.
somebody wants you to cover that and tune in.
Yeah, we will. We gotta finish Dragon Prince, which we're almost done.
Cool.
But it is the best Star Wars story, I think. Parts of it are. It's really good about having long running stories. So it'll be like, there's like a Mandalorian arc in the show, and like that arc is like 6 episodes, and like those 6 episodes are really good, but then there'll be like, oh, here's like this thing, and that kind of sucks. But like a lot of it's just very distilled. So like those cool parts of that show, I think, are the best Star Wars that exist.
When you're watching a TV show, if you have 20 episodes and one of them is a stinker, it's not the same as when you drop a movie every 3 years and they're all stinkers.
And it's 3
Dookies!
stinkers in a row.
Thanks for watching.
Love you, bye.